What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew. This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining me here this evening. Hey, Lions Talk Live. It's a little after, well, just before 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're getting some news, and I apologize I wasn't able to get it to you about a half hour or so earlier. Had to wait until I got some other stuff done, but earlier today it started coming out. A little bit of this yesterday, more confirmed today. Hey, the Washington Commanders are having to face a real issue, and that's good news if you're a Detroit Lions fan, again, as they are preparing for this weekend's game. Now, you may be saying, Dan, what is the big issue? And apparently, the Washington Commanders feel like they may have to change a good percentage of their offense in order to combat the Ford Field fanatics. That's right, the sound issues they may face, and who I think all of us are anticipating they're going to face going into this weekend's game. Now, you're going to ask, what is going on? Here's the gist of it. The Washington Commanders and Jalen Daniels prefer running things out of the shotgun formation. They feel like it's to his strengths. He can read and assess the defense a little bit better, just more comfortable with it. But what they're also finding and trying to prep for this game for is that within the shotgun, plus the decimal levels they're anticipating at Ford Field, it's also making some of the pre-snap and post-snap reads a lot more tricky for them to communicate to the receivers, the offensive linemen, etc. Anybody who's watched Aaron Glenn over the last month and a half or so of the season, and definitely with the Minnesota Vikings game, has noticed a change out of Aaron Glenn. Lions are switching up their coverages much more than they were at any other point this season, switching between man and zone, who's coming, who's dropping. Remember, the Lions filed a grievance with the NFL just days after the Minnesota Vikings game at Ford Field because the Minnesota Vikings got away with basically what was quoted as 7 delay of game penalties. What were the Minnesota Vikings trying to do in that situation? They were trying to get the Lions to reveal who is coming, who is dropping in coverage to give themselves a little bit of an advantage. Lions understood after reviewing the film after the game. You could see MCDC having an issue with it. You could see Alex Anzalone, amongst other people, having an issue with it during the game. But after the game, the Lions filed a grievance with the NFL regarding it because they felt it was an unfair advantage. Basically, what was happening is, it was giving them an advantage even though it didn't work for the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions have also filed that grievance to make sure the NFL is aware of it for this Saturday night's game. They don't want Daniels and the Washington Commanders replicating what that did. So what happened there? So because of that, Daniels, the Washington Commanders have turned up the volumes, trying to make it as loud in their practice facilities as they prep for this game as they can, as they're trying to deal with that so they don't run into any issues. I think this is a real advantage for Detroit because as I've been speculating all week, it is my anticipation Aaron Glenn's going to try to make things as difficult as possible on Daniels, who's still a rookie, still playing great, etc. So what does that mean? When he breaks the huddle, when they get out of their huddle, Washington, and start setting up that play, Aaron Glenn it's my anticipation, is going to show one look. Now, as that ball, everybody gets up to the line of scrimmage, he's going to shift looks, shift coverages, and now with 10 or 12 seconds left, Jaden Daniels and everybody else on Washington now has to make all the terminology changes. Everybody's got to be able to hear them correctly and understand what's going to happen correctly. It's also my guess Aaron Glenn's going to try to force Daniels and Washington to try to go on, 8, 10, 15 play drives, because at one communication breakdown between one or two people, that's going to provide the Lions defense with a massive advantage. You think about that. I thought you said he was going here. I need to switch there. I thought you said, and if that doesn't get communicated greatly or well, Somebody's going to have a free run at the quarterback or the running back. Somebody's going to run the wrong route. And you know what? That's when calamity ensues, and that's all positive stuff for the Detroit Lions. So the word out of Washington is they're having some issues with it. They thought it went better yesterday. Today, it sounds like it's not going so hot. So now they're trying to improvise. Do they kind of go away from the shotgun formation? And in my opinion, as a coach, anytime you can get people to do stuff they innately do not want to do or the stuff they're not comfortable with, that's a big win for you. We're going to have to see how this plays out, see if there's any more updates on it tomorrow, etc. But if this is all holding water, if this is all accurate and Washington's having to get away from the shotgun, or if they just flat out make some communication errors, especially if that Lions offense goes out there, puts up some points, puts Daniels and the Commanders behind the 8 ball a little bit where they got to start making plays and now fighting the clock, let alone the play clock, this could be a massive win for Detroit. All right, let's get real quick. Only got a couple minutes to get over to you guys before I got to get on here and back to other work. So let's see what you guys have to say. France, what's going on? And now you know. Chrome, Coach, how you doing, Chrome? Big Eddie, hope they're having a lot of issues. Me too, man. I hope they have a ton of issues. Robert G, hey, Coach. Hey, Robert. Rob, greetings, salutations, Coach Duke, the Lions of the Grooviest, Daddy. I like the way you're thinking. Pierce, Skipper, woo, clipped. I need to, that's probably not a bad idea. Dennis, hey, Dan, Duke Crew, back at you. All balls on D. What up, Duke Crew, go Lions. All right, good to see you as always, my friend. Brett, woo. Scott, what's up, Dan? And now you know, Scott. Hopefully you guys got some thoughts on it. One funky, okay, so what's the issue? The players found out that their fans are writing checks and are going to have to try and cash. I would say if you're accepting selling your ticket for a check, you're probably in a bad spot with that one funky. Gary, hey, Coach and everyone, exclamation point. Hope this is good news. I think if you're a Detroit Lions fan, it is. If you're a Washington Commanders fan, probably not the greatest news. I'm fired up for Saturday. I think we all are 100% there. Michael, good evening, Coach and crew. That's good news. I would think so. I think, again, not to beat it up, but if you're having communication issues and your offense gets behind the 8 ball a little bit, if this Lions offense really does put up some numbers, this is going to be a major issue. If they have to rely on the shotgun more and more, which is his and Daniel's preferred formation, it's going to be difficult, especially the closer they get to the red zones, just because you get all that more crowd noise in the end zones. Daniels, the offensive line, somebody isn't on the same page. Somebody, reads or hears the wrong thing. It could be calamity ensues. Rob, a major issue, question mark. Minnesota has volumes in one handsome leather-bound edition. I'll go with that. JP, they just figured this out. Sheesh, it's something obvious. It is, but, JP, I'll go with this. You think about this. Washington, you're preparing last week for, obviously, Tampa Bay outdoor stadium. A little bit different expected noise volume there than what you're going to get in Detroit. I think we all get it. Ford Field is a real home field advantage. So you gave everybody, a Monday off. Tuesday, you started coming in and doing some stuff. Wednesday was the first day of really, practice, getting ready for it. They started addressing some things there, but it sounds like today they were still having a lot of issues, and just to the point where they're like, hey, do we need to go away from the shotgun? Do we need to do, more of this or that, or maybe go to a pistol or something like that formation? That I don't know, but it is something easy that there's apparently having some struggles with. Thomas, hey, Coach, you are the man. We appreciate all you do. Hey, no worries, man. I enjoy it. Hopefully you guys do too. How about that? Trim Reaver, Zettler may be out for the Washington game. Might be. MCDC addressed that during the presser day. He said, hey, he's getting better, clearly getting better. But before the reporter, he could even jump to the next question. MCDC said, yeah, if he can't go, Mahogany's in. So he cut that one off before anybody had to bother his time with it. All right, one funky. I've been saying this would be a problem. The laughing out loud, they run a fake hurry up where they literally get lined up before they call the play. Yeah, and you're spot on with that. And I know that was one of the things brought up. Thank you for reminding me that they do a lot of hurry up, and then they rely on Jaden Daniels to make the adjustments at the line of scrimmage, etc. But if you can't communicate those, that's, again, getting back to the point, you're going to cause some issues. Somebody's going to make mistakes, especially if what we're hearing is accurate, that Aaron Glenn wants to force them into long, sustainable drives. We only need 1 or 2 mistakes. By somebody run the wrong route, the pass a little bit high, a little low, a little bit behind because you're expecting to go somewhere else. You get turnovers. Turnovers are going to give our offense more possessions, and that's probably going to be a problem for Washington. Jason Mahogany is going to get the start. Yeah, it does sound like that. 100%. Kill shots. Dan Campbell said while walking away from the podium that Decker was back today. Yeah, he is. And it sounds like, while I haven't had 100% confirmed, it sounds like he was out yesterday due to a personal thing with his wife and apparently a newborn child. The Trim Reaper, how you doing, Coach and Duke Crew? Question marks. Woo! Back at you. One funky. Well, they sort of get lined up. It's weird looking. It is different, but again, you're relying on him being able to communicate all that. And again, if you can't do it effectively, one or two people, especially in pressure situations, that's where I think they're trying to go with it. Killshot, I like Dan's answers to hurry up offense in Washington. Agreed with that. Jason, yeah, the only questionable is to play besides the IR list is Zettler. Yeah, the only one questionable to play besides the IR is the Zettler. Go with that. Trim Reaper, smash that like button. Oh, yeah. If you guys can, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit all those buttons. One Funky Mahogany will be just fine if we need him, and I think he'll be out there. My guess is he probably does start. Buddy, hello, Coach. How did your team do last night? We dropped a tough one, my friend, so we're now 7-2. Robert G., I know this is important. Just curious, what color are they wearing? I heard the Lions are wearing the blueberries. Clouds, just copied my BB jersey. Was ready as ever, baby. Woo, woo, woo. Well, hopefully you have a good time, and thank you for that. Foxboy, we need to score quick and not let off the gas. I like the way you're thinking. Go Lions. Silver, good evening, Coach. Back at you, Kevin. Coach, how can we know if this is just a giant smokescreen / misinformation? Could be something that they want us to believe. Could be. I mean, there's no way for me to know. I'm going to trust that the coaches, Dan Campbell and everybody else, probably got a pretty good grasp on it. Silver, culture. Coach, that Daniels is the last quarterback I wanted the Lions face. Well, we got who we got, my friend. The Smith, never say that Washington politicians again. They lose 60-3. I have $25 parlay. Woo! Duke Crew, I'm down with that, my friend. Good luck to you on that. Rocky, good evening. All listening with a few football coaches at a 3-day coaches meeting in Lansing. Go Lions. Hey, have a good time at the meeting, my friend. Jason, thanks for the update, Coach. Anytime, my friend. Brock, just read that Zettler is out. Correct. Noah, what's up, Dan? Woo! It's about that time BTA season for the Commanders. I like the way you're thinking. Rocky, read that. There's a new family member in the Decker family. Yes, correct. So I totally get why he missed yesterday. Southwest Line, this could be a ruse. Daniels has played well in big games. I'm sure he's had experience with loud crowd noises and domes. Noise or no noise, the key will make him uncomfortable in the pocket. Yeah, get after him. Put some pressure on him. Our MCDC said today it only takes one from the noise. Yeah, and that's kind of where we're going with it, is that it does sound like they rely so much on the shotgun, the hurry up, that, yeah, you only need one or two mistakes to go the Lions' way to really put a foot into it. Marcus, what happened? It sounds like the Commanders are having some potential line adjustment issues while they're factoring in the loud noise they're anticipating from Ford Field. Henry Moore, hello, Coach and Duke Crew. Bring on the Commanders. You're going to get them. Robert G., thanks, Coach. Anytime, my friend. Delphi, what do you got? Turn off the lights, making you look like a ghost. Hey, I am kind of pasty, so there you go. Rob, what we know is a little consequence. The Lions are doing all the work. 100% with that. Kristen, got to get someone on Daniels for a full 60 minutes. You're right with that. Buddy, thanks, Coach. Anytime, my friend. Foxboy, let's give Daniels the ultimate, quote, welcome to the NFL statement. I like the way you're thinking. Rob, sounds like the playbook issue with the Bears. It could be just that. All right, guys, I'm going to go and get out of here, get to dinner and all that stuff. If there is some breaking news tonight, I'll try to get it over to you when possible or if possible, all that kind of stuff. But if you would be so kind before checking on out, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, try to help the channel out. Other than that, take care. Have a good day. Be a good human being. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. And we'll see you guys all in the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Excuse me, sir. Would you... Donations to the Reverend Moon? Jews for Jesus? Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism? Help Jerry's kids? Oh, yeah. Scientology? Or nuclear power?